Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we have an offense that keeps itself on the field. The Browns are #1 in third down percentage, and they'll be up against the Dolphins team looking to shut that down.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. Shift together here from the D-line. They go play action here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
First down, Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Danny Shelton with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Second down, Wilson. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Third and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. Play action. It's Wilson. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches. The ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally, and then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So the offense has it first and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he'll go right back to Landry. It's complete again. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And this one is right down the middle. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Kaiser. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Him over. And a nice spin into some open field. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Fresh set of downs here. To throw, Kaiser. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Ndamukong Suh in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They'll run it now out of the gun. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Okay, even just being nice, the last 2 plays were not very good offensively. So if you're the play caller, was it the team's execution or was it strategy? If it was execution, you continue to call the game the way you're calling it. But if it's strategy, change up what you're doing and figure it out.
3rd and long for Kaiser. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll throw here. Kaiser. He's got his target. It's Coleman for a Browns touchdown. Corey Coleman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Space to maneuver at the 40. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. A good pickup there at 22.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. the gun. Here's Wilson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. It's a big play there for the Browns. 79 yards. Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
To throw is Kaiser. He's airing it out for Williams. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Let's go! Ohio! Ohio!
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Two minutes to play here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Now a second down throw for Kaiser. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now Kaiser. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Kaiser now on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gordon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And, Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Here we go! 38!
From the gun, Kaiser. He finds Coleman. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And now the offense operates in the red zone.
Here we go! What?
From the red zone now, Kaiser. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Come on, let's go! Flex round!
Kaiser yet again. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and it's 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To the air again, Kaiser. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. And that three-point tally now means we are even here toward the end of the second quarter.
And what a way to end the half. Put some points on the board, feel better about yourselves as a team, and you're right back to even.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll start out on the ground with a J. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Around the NFL, second quarter in Atlanta. And it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved out to an early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here we go.
On play action, Kaiser. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Kaiser now. And that is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Second down now after the incompletion. Halfback sent in motion. Again on 2nd and 10. It's Wilson. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Well, still in search of the first down after that last completion. And the play clock's running down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Kaiser now to throw on first down. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And they'll go on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Kaiser now from the 50. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Let's go.
2nd down, Kaiser. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Dolphins.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They run again with Ajayi. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Around the NFL, 3rd quarter from Foxborough. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll need to get the play off quickly. This is Ajayi. And some room to work. There he goes again. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 1-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but